An NGO is a non-governmental organization, and there are a lot working in Swaziland. They do a little bit of everything. It depends on the NGO and what they're specializing in. The NGO that we work with most of the time is called World Vision, and a lot of what they do are working to train caregivers. They are working on creating HIV-related programs for the community. They do soccer tournaments with the youth that include HIV testing and education. They work on micro-enterprise. They do a lot of different stuff.
So what we do is work with the HIV coordinator, and anything that she asks us to help with, we do. So if she wants us to do office work, I guess we do that. And if she wants us to come to an event and help organize, we do that. And if she wants help with coming up with an idea for a project, then we do that. And then we also teach computer lessons for the staff because they need to be able to use computers for their jobs and they don't get any training through World Vision.
And we've also done a couple of workshops with them where we do it at their venue. We did one for home-based caregivers, which are community caregivers that World Vision specifically trains. And we did one on trench gardening with them. And we did one on training Sunday school teachers on psychosocial support.
Our number one challenge working with an NGO has been that they have their own internal schedule that they have to follow. And it's not something that they can get out of, but they also don't really tell us about it. My favorite thing is that it's a support system for me when I have an event because they understand what I'm struggling with and what needs to be done to have that event.
And they really are like dedicated to their communities, and you can tell that they really are motivated to help, and that's really nice to see. And sometimes you don't get to see that a lot, so working with an NGO just kind of makes you feel a little bit more stable and like you're making a little bit more of an impact.
I work with a Catholic organization in the bush, in the middle of nowhere. It's a community-initiated thing, and they have the sole focus of working on HIV and AIDS within 3 different chiefdoms. Mostly what I'm doing at the NGO is organizational capacity building and individual capacity building, like working on the database, creating new forms, analyzing data for funding reports, helping with assessments of the needs of the community, and improving programs and other things happening at the organization. So on the OVC side of things, the organization runs a boarding hostel during the school year, and I am there a few days a week, and I get to interact with the children, building relationships. But one of the things I'll be doing mostly is helping them with education enrichment, which means helping them do fun activities that encourage them to learn English, to improve their math skills, and do better in school. I'm working with an NGO, which was something I was really excited to do. I wanted more structure. I wanted to work in an environment where I thought that I'd really be doing sustainable work, and I think that's one of the biggest advantages to working with an NGO is that the work that I'm doing is bigger than myself, and it touches many more lives than I could on my own.
Work with the NGOs in your area, and if they're not in your area, you can go to Baban or Manzini, and there's NGOs. It's their job to come out to the rural areas. And you help them so much because while they are still Swazis, they're not in that community. So they might not know how to access these little workshops that you're setting up. And your counterpart doesn't know how to contact these big NGO companies that can really actually do a lot for the community.